Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Thursday the 7th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning, fairly decent time frame, got up, got the dog outside, got her taken care of, got her fed. They went off and forgot her food yesterday and dropped her off. She's only here for one night, so went ahead and they're like, oh, you gotta run to like Winn-Dixie or something. I'm like, well, what kind of food is she eating to see if they have it? They're like, oh, we just feed her whatever, it's no big deal. I'm like, God, that seems horrible on her belly, but okay. I'm like, well, if that's the case, I have dog food here. Like, so I'll just give her some of my dog food and save you guys a trip, because they were instead of by the time you get from here to the store, find it, check out stuff back, it's like it can easily wrap up into an hour, at least 45 minutes. So definitely not worth losing 45 minutes, an hour of their life. And I'm like, if she's gonna eat whatever random brand you grab, then she can eat whatever random brand I have left over. So went ahead and did that, but went ahead and gave her that food. Seemed not to mind it, seemed to eat it. She's a very good eater. She's very likes so much her food. So giving her a few treats and stuff out there also, just kind of, I'd chuck them around the yard and hide them for her. So I let that little blue tick nose work. That way she got a little bit of brain exercise going. Wife got off to work, everything fine there. Went ahead, had another dog getting dropped off this morning. They got dropped off, and her ETA she gave me, and she got here like 10 minutes early, which is way unlike her, because she knows her time pretty good. She goes, man, she texted me, she goes, I am here way early. She goes, I must have caught every green light and everything. So went ahead, got the dogs there, let the dogs play. They'd met each other before, so it wasn't any concern or nothing. And then they started racing and playing and chasing around, and then Bistro, the new one, he decided he was gonna bark his ass off at her, like as they were playing, and she's like, no. And she just stopped and looked at him like, no, don't do that. I don't want you barking. And he's like, what? And then she went and like laid down next to me for a little bit. Then went back out, started playing again, and had a great time. And then he didn't bark at her, so I don't know if he got the hint that she's not wanting to be yelled at while they're playing or what, but it seemed to work. So, but yeah, hung around there. Midday, had to take my father-in-law to the doctor, went up to Ormond Beach to do that. And basically, crazy amount of traffic on the road. It's bike week down here, so there's a ton of bikes, but also there's tons of other people out here that come in for bike week that aren't actually on bikes. So traffic's just horrendous. The flea market area up there in Daytona rolled through. It's as packed as I've ever seen it with RVs. Like every square inch of that place has an RV shoved into it, and it is just overwhelming. Like crazy how many people are here. So, but it's gorgeous weather so far this year for him. It's been great for him. Worked out well. Did take one of the dogs with me. Got up there and waited for my father-in-law at the doctor. Didn't go anywhere because nothing I needed or anything from really anywhere. Like there's a Lowe's right in the street they used to go hang out at, but really couldn't think of anything I needed from the hardware store. So I just sat there in the parking lot waiting for him. Some guy later rolled in and like backed in a couple spots before me in the shade in a newer Ford Mach 1, the actual Mustang, not the Mach-E, which a lot of people get confused on, and sat there for 11 minutes and then drove away. I have no idea if he was waiting for somebody in the office or didn't get a car, nothing. Just pulled in there, stared at me kind of weirdly, and then I just kept smoking my cigar and hanging on the truck. And then basically he drove away 11 minutes later and headed back on the road. So no damn clue what that was about, but it kind of made me chuckle. So yeah, went ahead from there. Got a couple other things done. He got done at the doctor's office. We headed back home. Ended up coming up with a cop rolling up behind us, lights and sirens and stuff. Got out of the way, pulled over. The Cadillac SUV in front of us on the other lane basically didn't. And for 3 blocks, the cop literally rode their ass, blaring lights and sirens. And eventually the car turned left. It says pulling over to the right, letting the cop go by. Nope, that ain't gonna happen. So then we get to the stoplight there, and everybody's jammed up because it's mad crazy busy with bike week shit. There's nowhere to go, and the cop's like freaking out, siren and horn and lights and all that shit. And there's a trailer behind a trailer. He kept trying to climb the curb in the left lane to get around the trailer. Finally, they made a big enough gap on the right, so he jumped the curb, ran up over the grass, drove down the sidewalk for about half a block, jumped back out the intersection, and then took off. And I was like, oh, I don't know if that guy just has to poop really bad or if there's actually an emergency somewhere, because as we got through the light turned green, we head to the light. I look over, there's 2 other cop cars, same department, sitting there in the left-hand turning lane that was actually kind of basically in the lane he was trying to jump into, but just sitting there, no lights, no sirens, no nothing, no concern at all, at the front of the intersection. So they could have just, if there was an emergency, that was that important, why couldn't those two have just went to it and left this one back here in normal traffic instead of jumping curbs and driving down sidewalks and shit? So no damn idea. I had no clue. So it is what it is. But yeah, that was kind of I'm like, if it's that important, I would have thought they would have called in other cars, or they could have called those cars in when he goes, hey, they're up front and they're like, hey, we're no traffic, we could just go from the stoplight. But who knows. Headed on home, got back, dropped him off, went ahead and got a couple things done, hung out with the dogs, chilled out with them the rest of the day till the little one went home. Little blue tick went home finally, and then it was a little later than I thought it was going to be, but they picked her up, and from there I decided to get my run in. Got back from my run and grabbed myself a shower. Wife got home from work, and Mom was making barbecued bacon wrapped chicken breast or something, and then like Parmesan potatoes. So went ahead and knocked those out, and after I got a shower, had dinner, chatted a little bit, watched another episode of Wentworth, and then headed back outside with the dog to have a nice cigar before I headed into the evening and watch a little bit of TV with my wife as we go to sleep. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.